Hello, hi. Sorry, I started one just now and managed to lose it. I've decided with my Periscopes, what I'm going to do is actually read out some blog posts, because I've been watching lots of Periscopes recently and people have been saying, you know, you have a voice and something to share and blah blah, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know what I can share with people. And then I thought, why not just share what I blog about? So that's what I'm going to do. I'd love some feedback. If anybody has anything nice to say, be nice. It's Monday morning. And also this is the first time I've done this, so it may well go completely to pot. Hi everybody who's coming in. Just bear with me while I'm going to read it out because it's quite long. This is a blog post that I've written and is scheduled for this morning. Normally on a Monday I post a weekly weigh-in, and I'll do a funny picture of myself, you know, trying to look skinny, and I'll weigh myself and measure myself and everything, and I just don't feel like that at the moment. I'm feeling pretty crappy, so instead I've written this blog post. I've not taken medication for my depression since I was pregnant with Samara, which was 4 years ago now. It doesn't mean I don't need to deal with my depression on a daily basis quite often. I take a lot of supplements to try and keep myself going, and it usually works. But with Samara having been ill for the last week, I found that that kind of black dog is back on my shoulder again. I've been doing my best to get us out of the house every day, even though she's poorly, but the tyre falls off the wheel on the buggy. Basically we can't go very far with the buggy, and I can't go very far without the buggy because she's 3 and she's poorly and she wants me to carry her when she feels a bit rubbish, and I can't carry her all that far, so we've not really been out very much, literally to the shop and back. The buggy itself cost us 30 quid 3 years ago. I think it served us quite well, so I can't complain, but it is a pain in the bum that we've not been able to go out very much, and when I don't go out very much I start to feel rubbish. On a normal day off, if we don't have plans, we go to the shop, we'll go wandering around, we might go to the library, we'll visit the ducks, go to the park, maybe go to 2 parks, and we'll go barren hunting, which for those people, oh thank you for the hearts, for those people who don't know, Salisbury where we live has a lot of barrens around at the moment, and there are 25 of them all over the place. They're all differently decorated and we love to go and visit them. Hi, hello. So that's what we do. Even over Christmas, when I had a really horrible month-long chest infection, we still went out every day. But lately we've not been able to. We've also not had a proper night's sleep for over a week now. Samara finds it really hard to sleep. She's been waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We've been watching Baby Jake. I hate Baby Jake, but she loves it. It's 10:21 in England. Somebody's asking what time it is here. We're an hour behind you, so there. So on Saturday night, it was the first night in the week that she's not woken up. I was awake from 3 until 4, couldn't sleep. Last night, every time I woke up and turned over, she was there staring at me. It was quite creepy. She couldn't sleep at all, and she was really wriggly, and it was really hard work. I know she can't help it, being grumpy and whiny. I know she's just trying her best to get through the illness the only way she can. She's only 3, she doesn't really understand. But after several days of little sleep, and not just little sleep, but then when she's awake, she wants a cuddle, but she doesn't want to stay still. She wants to poke at me and prod at me, and what's that, mummy? And can we go here, mummy? Give me a cuddle, mummy. And I don't know what I want. She doesn't know what she wants, but she just doesn't want to be doing what she's doing right now. And I can relate to that, but I find it really hard, and it's really difficult, and quite often I end up just going, just don't touch me. And it's not fair on her at all. And I feel really like the world's worst parent, and also just pretty crappy in myself. A couple of things also happened work-wise last week, which I couldn't really address or deal with because I was busy watching endless rounds of Baby Jake and Pinocchio. So that, combined with a lack of sleep or fresh air and a predisposition towards depression, means I've become what, when I used to work at Zenith Windows, we used to call negged out, which is pretty just miserable, fed up. There's no good side to anything. I just feel rubbish, and I can feel like I'm slipping down a slope that I don't want to go down again. It's really difficult then. Hi, Orlando in Florida. I'm jealous that you're there and I'm here. So when I feel like that, I don't want anyone to touch me. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to know you. I can't answer text messages on my phone. I just don't want to deal with anything. And it's really difficult to put all of that aside and parent a poorly toddler who doesn't understand and shouldn't have to understand that I feel like crap because I'm her mum. It's really hard work. She just wants cuddles, and she's been as fed up as me with being stuck in at home. She doesn't like it. She wants to be outside enjoying herself. She wants to go and feed the ducks and play and go to the park, but she's really tired, and she doesn't understand that, you know, she'll spend 5 minutes running around in the park and then she'll fall asleep in the buggy, literally immediately. It's been hard work, basically. It is hard work doing it on your own. Most of the time I don't mind, but when one of us is ill, it is really difficult. In the past, when I felt this crappy, I've basically just taken to my bed and gone to sleep, and hidden under the duvet until it passed. That always worked until 2010, which for some people might know, in 2010 I had a massive breakdown. It didn't work at all going to sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. When I had a breakdown, I did not sleep. It didn't work in the worst possible way. I went completely doolally. I honestly couldn't tell you what I did for that entire summer. I lost everything. And I lost a lot of friends along the way as well. I stopped eating, I stopped drinking, I stopped sleeping, I started drinking a lot of alcohol, and taking a lot of prescription medication that the doctor was daft enough to give me. And also from a friend who had antipsychotic medication lying around his house because he didn't want to take it himself. That was not good. I can't do that though. Now I've got a child. I can't just spend the day in bed. I can't not parent her. I can't just kind of slump on the sofa and do nothing. She's gone back to nursery this morning, and I'm not sure whether she'll last the day, to be honest, because she didn't sleep well last night, and I know that she feels rubbish, but I feel like she was missing nursery, and she was so excited this morning. She ran most of the way to nursery, and she ran into the room and barely even said goodbye to me. But I can't go back to bed now. I have a week's worth of work that I need to catch up on. I have blogging to do, I have phone calls to make, and this week, because I've already agreed to do other things, I have limited time in which to do those things, so I can't go back to sleep. Even though my head is pounding right now, I can't go back to sleep. So what am I going to do? Here's my plan. To drag myself out of this pit, because I can't afford to be in here. I need to socialise with people, even when I really don't want to be talking to people. I hate the thought of making conversation. This morning I deliberately booked a meeting with a friend for 8:30 in a coffee shop, and it was really hard work to sit and chat to him and make conversation, but it really has helped me, I think, just to have to be out of the house and chatting, because it's easy to just come home and slump. I'm going to meditate properly, which I do on and off, but when I do it I notice a difference. Limit my screen time, because I think I spend a lot of time watching telly, half watching telly on the laptop with the tablet next to me and the iPhone and what have you, and also avoid multitasking, because I'll find quite often I'll be trying to write a piece or do some work and put the TV on or something as well, and it just doesn't work. I read something this morning, Netflix discovered, or something, they did a study and discovered that people that binge watch TV shows, that's linked with depression and loneliness. And I was like, oh yeah, that's me. I totally do that. I will watch a whole season of something in like a couple of days. So I'm also going to avoid sleeping during the day, much as it's tempting to just go back to bed. I know that when I sleep during the day, I get into a bad cycle where you just don't feel good, so it's not worth doing. I'm also going to set an alarm to remind myself to eat during the day, which sounds silly, but I forget quite often. If I don't have breakfast before I leave the house with Samara in the morning, I'll come back home and start working, and I'll just carry on with my work until my stomach starts to grumble, and then I'll sort of scratch around for a bag of crisps or something. So I need to remember to eat proper meals and eat healthy meals, so decent fresh food and not chocolate and ice cream. Also get early nights. I think I need to catch up on some sleep that I've missed. Samara seems to sleep better in the hours before midnight. After midnight, if she's going to wake up, she will. Also read books. I feel better. I don't know what it is, but if you're reading a good book, like a good novel, I tend to feel better when I've been reading a good book. I think it relaxes me. I guess it's kind of like a form of meditation, because it takes your mind away from what you're doing. And also come up with some positive mantras to repeat in my head when it begins to go a bit spinny. This morning, walking across town, I was kind of wanting to walk a bit like this, and I didn't want to bump into, I didn't want to make eye contact with anybody, I didn't want to talk to anybody. And I thought, you are not going to get yourself out of this hole by just doing that. So I kind of straighten up, you know, shoulders back, head up, and repeat to yourself, everything's fine, I feel fine, everything's fine, I feel fine. And I felt really silly doing it. I thought, nobody can tell you're doing that, so don't be so stupid, just crack on with it. And I did feel a bit better coming back. I know this is going to work, because it has to work, because I'm a single parent and I'm the only person that Samara's got. I really need to up my game, sort myself out, and kind of like batten down the hatches a bit and make sure that it's not going to happen again. This is the first time she's ever been properly ill. It's certainly the longest time that she's been ill. And it's taken a toll on both of us, I think, not just with the actual fact that she had an ear infection, but just the whole situation. We were both just like, ugh, by the end of it. By yesterday afternoon, I think we were both so fed up. I don't think we would have got through the last few days. Friday, Saturday and Sunday, my sister came and spent quite a lot of time here, and she will happily go and play with Samara, and Samara will happily play with her. Whereas with me, I think she's just sick of the sight of me, to be honest, after a while where I'm the only person she's seen or spoken to. And she has a really good relationship with my sister, so that's been really handy. But now is the time that I need to pick myself up and go, right, get back to work, make up for that week that you've missed, pull yourself together kind of thing. I need to pull myself together. I know, when you're depressed, pulling yourself together is the last thing on your mind, but I don't actually have an option. So that's my plan. That is the end of my blog post. That will be live on the blog, I think, at 12:30 or something. I'm thinking for Periscopes going forward, I'm going to start reading out blog posts more frequently, maybe try and do one a day, not every day, because when Samara's here, there's no way you can Periscope anything apart from her. But maybe Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays or something. I'd love to hear what people think about it. A good plan. Oh, thank you, Frankie. I'm glad you think it's a good plan. I just was thinking, I can't sit here and tell you how to do this or how to do that, because it's like teaching your grandma to stack eggs. You probably already know anything that I could have taught you. And this is the one thing I can do, is write about my experiences and then talk about them. So that's my plan. Thank you, everyone who's been here. I thank you, Frankie. I hope that you found it interesting. Or, whatever, something to watch when you're bored. And I will be hopefully back tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.